This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
They said it was our window on the world. They said it had the power to make the common man uncommon. It came into our homes and changed our lives for all time to come. It was television.
I Remember Television, a perspective on the past, the programs and personalities of television's first decade. Presented by KVCR Television and your host, Ed Rothhaar.
And this week I'm happy to tell you we have 2 more episodes for you of the series that probably has received more requests than any other in the 15 seasons we've been doing these weekly visits with you. And that series, of course, is One Step Beyond. And I want to comment that it is your response to the series, your cards, letters, requests, that have prompted us to seek out and find additional episodes of that classic ABC television series, which ran from 1959 to 1961. You may remember it was every Tuesday night at 10:30 Eastern Time, sponsored by the Aluminum Company of America, Alcoa. John Newland was the host and sort of a big part of the creative brain trust behind the series, occasionally directed a few episodes and maybe even acts in them every now and then. And we know how much you enjoy the series, and we're just delighted at that and to be able to satisfy your requests with some more episodes. The first half hour is a kind of chilling story, as most of them are. But this one in particular deals with a woman who seeks out psychiatric help because she believes and she fears that she has the power to will people to death. Let's see how it works out. As we fade from present-day color television to the black and white of a long ago Tuesday night on the ABC television network, time for One Step Beyond, As I Remember Television.
Go see a psychiatrist. Go talk to Llewellyn. Llewellyn studies in Zurich. I can't stand it. What am I going to do? I'm in some kind of a nightmare. Gotta help me. Help me. Help me.
Helen, sodium amytal.
Help me. Help me. Help me. I can't. Oh. Oh.
How complex is the human mind? It has been compared to the atom bomb, whose 2 elements, when kept apart, are perfectly harmless. So it is with the conscious and the subconscious of the human mind.
Welcome back.
How long was I asleep?
But 40 minutes?
Someone locked me in.
Not someone. You.
Don't remember that.
Your subconscious didn't trust me. Sometimes even a sedative won't stop a reaction. A fear reaction.
Doctor, if you never become better acquainted with my subconscious than that, we're in trouble.
Why? You weren't afraid?
Not of you. If I can't be calm, I can at least be accurate. I mean, I wasn't afraid of you.
And what does that mean? What does that mean?
Oh, come on, Doctor. We're a team, aren't we? You've got to pull a little, too. If I'm not afraid of you, then what's left? Oh, don't call the nurse. I'm all right, really.
I wasn't going to. Pardon me.
Tape recorder.
Unless you mind.
Do as you please. I don't care.
So, if you weren't afraid of me, I suppose you were afraid for me. Is that right? I was in some kind of danger, in your opinion.
Yes.
Physical danger?
Doctor, I've got to tell you something. And if you laugh at me, I don't know what I'll do.
I wouldn't think of laughing.
I was afraid I'd get so mad at you, I'd wish you dead and you'd die.
Is it Miss Wadsworth or Mrs.?
Come on, Doctor. Do we have to go down that dreary road? I'm a normal, healthy woman. I love my mother and my father, and they love me. I get along very well with my employer.
And that would be,
Mr. Alfred Ross, president of Alfred Ross Associates. He controls, I don't know, 8 or 10 firms, including a fashion house. I'm the executive manager of that.
there's an Alfred Ross who owns one of the major ball clubs.
Same Ross.
From dresses to baseball.
Dresses, baseball, steel, real estate, motion pictures.
Quite a range.
Quite a man. Quite a man.
I see you have a master's degree.
Romance languages I studied in Paris.
Is that where you became interested in dress designing?
No. I'd always liked it.
Satisfying work, I imagine. Creative.
It was. I haven't designed for years now.
Is the executive end of the business less satisfying?
No, I don't think so. More pressure, surely. More decisions.
More chance to lose your temper?
More chance, far less excuse. I had a terrible temper as a child. I've worked very hard to control it. In all the years I can remember, I've only lost my temper twice. Once here. Once 3 weeks ago.
And what happened 3 weeks ago?
Someone died.
Tell me. Tell me.
was a hot, sultry day. Like today.
They were working on the air conditioning system. And we'd all brought fans to the office. As a rule, no one comes down on Saturday. That's why I was so surprised to find the fan on in my assistant's office. It aggravated me to find that someone else was there, too. I remember how the fan kept blowing some papers on her desk. I don't know why. I'm not usually so curious. But I wanted to see what she was working on. I picked up one of the papers. And I read it. It was a letter from Ross.
This assistant, tell me a little about her.
Joyce? Oh. Not very attractive.
Well. Well, well. It's like catching a big bright eye at the keyhole, isn't it?
I want to congratulate you on your splendid ideas for our new fall line. What ideas?
Why don't you read the rest of it?
I didn't see any new ideas from you.
You weren't available.
Stop it.
You weren't available. You've never paid any attention to my suggestions. If I had sent them to you, you'd have thrown them in the wastebasket like every other modern notion that crosses your desk. Well, this time I went over your head.
Clear up to Al's penthouse?
It's a lovely penthouse.
As I told you last week, we've been contemplating a change in executive authority for some time. I wonder if you would be available for luncheon on the 31st, when we can go into this matter at greater length.
The world turns, dear. If you can't hang on, then step off gracefully.
Why, you vicious little slug. Get out.
Right now.
My thick-legged little campus queen. Who do you think you're playing games with? Some child off the street? Get out! I picked you up by the scruff of your dirty neck, and I can drop you again. You've never seen the day when you can replace me around here, and you never will.
You know, Karen, you're very unattractive when you lose your temper.
Luncheon on the 31st. I hope you die before you get there. I hope you die. 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 I wonder what our man Freud would have to say about this.
I think he'd be most interested and sympathetic.
He'd say I'd lost my mind.
Not in the least.
But it happened.
What happened?
I killed Joyce Chapman.
No. What happened was that Joyce Chapman died coincidentally with a desire on your part to see her dead. You've constructed a guilt bridge between two unconnected events in order to punish yourself.
I don't see that they're unconnected at all.
Karen, suppose you were a little girl, and I knew that an eclipse was due, and I told you to take a deep breath and try to blow out the sun, and you found you could. Wouldn't those two unconnected events make you feel guilty?
I just feel like I'm in some kind of a nightmare.
The autopsy indicated she was probably dead before she hit the street.
Well, how?
We found a ruptured cerebral aneurysm at the base of the brain, the circle of Willis. It so happened that the skull was almost untouched.
Well, of course, the aneurysm was indicated in her past history.
Well, no.
Yeah, I see this. But an artery just doesn't suddenly dilate.
Apparently this one did.
Any sign of prior injury or disease?
I'm just telling you what we found, Doctor.
Well, makes my job a little more difficult.
Why?
My patient believes she willed Miss Chapman dead.
What's this woman's background? General hysteria?
No. Just the opposite. Intelligent, alert. Executive manager of a dress firm here. Alfred Ross Associates.
Alfred Ross?
Yes, why?
Oh, nothing. Only I've known Al Ross for 20 years, I guess. He was a fine man.
Was?
Yes, he keeled over on the golf course last night at 6 o'clock. Tragic. 49. That's too young.
You sure you're the right man? Read in the paper today, and Alfred Ross was on TV last night.
They taped that program a week ago.
Oh. Coronary?
I don't know. He'd never shown any indication. Maybe your woman's been practicing her voodoo again, Doctor.
Yes. Maybe. How do you feel?
How do I feel? Like dancing. I spent the weekend in the country. I haven't heard a telephone ring or read a newspaper.
Oh, I forgot.
I did see a television show, though. You'll never guess who I saw.
Who?
Ross. I can't escape him. He's like Big Brother, you know. There he was, holding forth in his usual assured way. All about fashions, all wrong. I suddenly realized that it wasn't just Joyce that was trying to put the knife in me. And I got madder and madder. And I saw that funny little smile, like a little boy, like a cruel little boy. I suddenly said, the wrong one died. And I got so scared that I couldn't look. But then he went right on talking, and when I did look, he was right there, alive as ever. And I knew it was all in my head. Now, do you know why I feel like dancing?
When did this happen?
Around 6.
Have you ever been hypnotized, Karen?
Oh, yes, I tell you, I am the best subject in the world.
Fine,
Every time
fine. You lie down there.
All right.
Karen, concentrate on this pen. Think of nothing but the pen. Now close your eyes. Relax. relax. Go to sleep. Karen, you told me that you've always been afraid of losing your temper. Tell me the first time you lost your temper. Karen, how old are you?
7.
Where are you?
Attic.
Are you alone?
Donna.
What are you and Donna doing?
I let Donna try on the clothes in the trunk. But they were mine.
You mean your mother's?
Yes. It's my attic. She always has to have her own way. And I found the hat first. Why should she take it? It's my hat. I hate you. I wish you were dead. I wish you were dead, dead, dead. And she was dead. And she was dead.
I'm sorry I had to put you through that. But we found the link we needed.
Poor little girl.
Which one? Can't you see that both of them were to be pitied? All your life, you believed subconsciously that you caused Donna's death. You didn't. Look at it now through adult eyes. You didn't shout, her dead, or Will her dead. It was an accident. You say that.
It was an accident. It was. It was an accident. Nothing happened to Al Ross, did it? Did it?
Karen. I'm going to tell you something because I don't want you to walk out of here and discover it yourself.
Tell me what?
Alfred Ross apparently had a heart condition.
That's not true. Had a heart condition.
He died last night.
But I saw him afterwards on the television show.
The program was taped.
Oh, well, then it was my fault. It was my fault.
They were unconnected events.
Oh, you can't still believe that.
I can prove it. Karen, listen to me. Wish me dead.
Oh, no.
Wish me dead.
No, leave me alone.
Why won't you try? Are you afraid to try? Are you afraid it won't work? That you'll have to give up this fantastic superstition?
No. No.
Gives you a great ego gratification, doesn't it? Makes you feel like a god, doesn't it? That makes you feel great, doesn't it? That's why you won't test it. Karen, you've got to give up this crutch now. Karen, listen to me. Think of loyalty.
Oh.
Why is it always a one-way street with you? Why can't you return it? To your friends, your doctor, anybody.
Oh, I know what you're trying to do.
Listen to me. Look at me.
I am not going to hate you.
Say it.
No.
Wish me dead.
No. Be quiet.
Or what? You'll buy a wax doll and stick pins in it? You'll utter your abracadabra at me like a 20th century witch? Say it yourself and stop me. Say it!
I'm so tired. I wish I were dead.
Cause of death, blank.
I'm not going to write voodoo in that space, Mr. Newland. I'm a medical doctor.
What are you going to write?
Undetermined causes.
You don't suppose it's possible that it could have been a psychic phenomenon? I mean, death by autosuggestion.
I'm a scientist.
So was Louis Pasteur, who very nearly died of the same thing. Death by suggestion, also caused by a tragically disturbed woman. It's in the record.
Yes, I've heard of the case. We've a lot to learn, Mr. Newland.
A lot to learn, indeed. What really happened to Karen Wadsworth? A series of cruel and bewildering coincidences? Or a few moments of hate and despair so enormous they could actually be felt by others? In the April 13th, 1959 issue of Time magazine, a curious experiment was reported. 2 rows of seeds were planted. The seeds were chosen from the same package, planted in the same earth by the same people, and cared for and tended equally, with one exception. The first row was prayed over. The second was cursed. The first row flourished. The second withered.
From the ABC TV network between 1959 and 1961 in black and white. There you have an episode of One Step Beyond, As I Remember Television. Well, please return to modern TV. I was looking at the calendar and our next episode, and it occurred to me every year when we celebrate President's Day, or in my youth we called it Washington's birthday, there probably would not be such commemoration had it not been for the program we're going to see next. In a way, yes. It's called Night of Decision. And it takes place at the moment when General Washington at Valley Forge is ready to surrender. And then he has a vision about what America of the future might become. And history is changed. Let's fade from present-day color TV to the black and white of a long ago Tuesday night on the ABC TV network for Night of Decision, an episode of One Step Beyond, As I Remember Television.
Come. You'll witness things strange, unexpected, mysterious, but not to be denied. Join me now and take one step beyond. Around the lives of all great men, history weaves romantic and colorful stories. Many are based on fact, and some are pure imagination. There are many wonderful stories told about the man who, for one terrible and momentous winter, occupied this house. But none is so little known or awe-inspiring as the events that took place here one evening. Our very existence, as well as our future, is largely dependent on that remarkable night of decision.
Sure, Gypsy. We'll all die sooner or later. But what about those supply wagons from Easton? Do they bring in good salt pork to fill our bellies? Fresh clothes to put on our backs?
There will be no supply wagons.
That's it.
I see only hunger, suffering, and death.
I see quite a bit of suffering for you too, Gypsy. We were told to stay out of camp. You and your rag-tailed friends with your tales of doom.
Be careful, boys. Careful! They'll be coming at us through those trees. Run, take cover! Take cover!
Oh, Molly.
That's all right. I'll be back before spring clouds. What'll they do to him?
The whip. Valley Forge, December 1777. The winter of despair was just beginning.
Terrible. At last.
Tom?
The courier just returned from Easton, sir.
Was there something else, Lieutenant?
Oh, no. No, sir.
Did I expect us to go on fighting without food and supplies?
That is precisely the point, Colonel. I believe those supply wagons were deliberately canceled. Supplies are ample, but a large element in the Continental Congress would like us to give up. This is a form of persuasion.
Persuasion?
The British are tired of this war, too. Congress has been contacted by agents of the British with an offer that grants every one of our demands. Everything except independence.
And is Congress ready to settle for that?
A good many gentlemen in the Congress are.
In the face of it, sir, why do you go on?
Are you ready to give up, Colonel? Stanley? What is that about?
It's another one of those gypsies, sir. Fortune teller. This one told some of the men that the supply wagons will never arrive.
By whose order is he being flogged?
Major Warren, sir.
The order is countermanded.
Sir.
Certainly you don't put any credence in that sort of thing, Danforth.
Well, no, sir, but...
He could have learned about those wagons in 100 different ways.
General, this group that wants to quit, just how important are they in Congress?
Very important. They're still considerably in the minority, but they're making themselves felt. They even asked me for support.
You? Well, you refused, of course.
Oh, yes, I refused. But I don't know that I had the right.
Sir?
There are 12,000 men here in rags, Colonel, and starving. Shouldn't they be consulted about any settlement? 500 of them die every month of disease and privation. There is little glory or satisfaction in that kind of death. But then, of course, there are the dead. I wonder how they would feel about our settling for anything less than they died for.
I don't know which side of the question you favor, sir.
To be honest, Colonel, at this moment, I do not know myself. I do not know myself. When will spring ever come? Oh, God. Do I have the right to decide the fate of so many? Of so much? Help me. Help me. Your God has come to your aid before. He will again. I am Otumkas, chief of Shawnee. Otumkas. 22 summers have come and gone since we met. Battle of Monongahela. Yes, of course. July 1755. I was leading a detachment of Virginians under the command of General Braddock. Redcoats stood tall in sunlight like field of dry corn waiting for harvest night. Yes, it was a slaughter. We lost half the entire British colonial army that day. All British officers in field fell, dead or wounded, all but you, Washington. Yes, I remember well. Otumkas fired at Washington again and again. 15 bullets at the heart. Not one found its mark. It has caused Otumkas much wonder. I was very fortunate that day. Not fortune. The Great Spirit protected Washington that day for good and great purpose. I wish I could believe that. Believe it.
We're going back to our farms where we can be of some good to somebody.
You will be shot down before you can get 100 yards.
Maybe, but it's better than slow starvation for a lost cause. We're going home, General. We found out the gypsy was right about those supply wagons, too. We're going home.
I go. Go. If we have sunk to the level of animals, turning one upon another, then perhaps our cause is already lost.
They're coming through the trees. Hold. Pa, I meant to get to the chickens soon, only Jason hurt his knee up by the creek in the south pasture. I'll get to it sooner tomorrow.
Never consider myself a mystic, mon general. But I can find no ready explanation for what impressed that Indian so profoundly. What they said about that battle was all the truth, was it not?
Oh, my dear Lafayette, he must have been just a creation in my own troubled mind. He must have been. There were no footprints in the snow. And Otumkas is supposed to have died in his own village 2 years ago.
And what if he did?
What if he did?
That bullet hole in your cloak would be proof of his belief in your invulnerability.
His belief? A man dead 2 years? We're talking nonsense. An hallucination caused by remembering an impressive day in my youth.
How many battles have you been in, mon general?
Oh, scores, perhaps hundreds.
Eh bien. How many times have you been wounded?
Never. Oh, this has been a day of madness. First me, then you. The gypsy's predictions. Visit from a dead Indian. Yet. And yet, I can remember very well the words I wrote in a letter to my brother after that battle. I said, by the all-powerful dispensations of Providence, I have been protected beyond all human possibility and expectation.
Beyond all human possibility. I agree.
My dear Lafayette, you are an incurable romantic.
Mon General, I am a Frenchman.
But why should Providence choose me for favors?
Well, that you will have to ask Providence. But as for what? As Otumka or his spectre inferred, perhaps it was for this particular time and this particular place.
To have the stubbornness to continue against the most impossible obstacles? Or to find the courage to give up while there's still something left, still something to be gained? When I face the facts with a cold eye, I know, and you do too, that if the British persevere, we shall eventually be crushed by sheer weight of numbers and a bottomless exchequer. Unless your nation enters the war, and that is a fact. And can you promise me that France will come to our aid?
I cannot promise that. But I have every hope that...
Every hope? What is your latest information? If it's the same as mine, all indications are to the contrary.
At the moment, yes. But...
This dispatch just arrived, sir.
What is it, Mon General?
A short letter from Major Williams of General Gates's staff. As a friend and admirer, I feel it my duty to report that a letter to General Gates from General Conway contained the following paragraph. Heaven has been determined to save our country, or a weak commanding general and bad counselors would have long since ruined it.
But that is nothing but talk. It is not even worth your anger. And Conway, you know what an old woman he is. Everybody knows. He is bitter and envious of your position. He tried merely to make the difficulties.
There's more. You will be interested to know that General Conway has just been selected Inspector General.
Conway, Inspector General?
Conway will now be spokesman to the Congress for the Army. Conway will plead our cause for supplies. Conway will advise Congress as to the wisdom of my strategies. Conway. I will have to address my appeals for help to him. Well, they've made their message plain enough. I accept their wish for a stronger commanding general.
No. General Washington, you are permitting your emotion to rule reason. You have become a symbol of the revolution. If you turn your back on it now, it will spell nothing but disaster.
I am not responsible for the image others create of me.
But you are responsible to your best self. General Washington, my friend, please do not act in haste and anger.
Lee? Sir? Every officer on my staff is to be here for an urgent meeting at 9 sharp.
Yes.
This is not merely a peak.
No. I think you are very tired. Tired of fighting the Congress, the intrigues, inequities. In addition to all that, the responsibility of waging a war on so many fronts is more than any one man should have to bear. You are no longer able to see things clearly. General Washington, I regret this more than I can say. But I realize that once you have made a decision, it is hopeless to try and dissuade you.
I trust my decision will not affect our personal feelings for one another.
Nothing could do that. Mon General.
Principally a matter of discipline, as I see it. Thousands of men wanted to desert weeks ago.
Anyway, I can't say I blame the old fox for quitting. If I were the richest man in the colonies and had a beautiful farm where I could take
Good
my...
evening, gentlemen. I would like each of you to consider ways and means of building the morale of the men under your command. Projects to keep them busy. To achieve the highest level of preparation for our spring campaign.
Spring campaign? But I thought...
You thought what, Major?
Well, I assumed that your plans were... that is, I assumed that your mood was...
Pardon me, sir, but we are despairing of the future. If you know something, if you are free to tell us the basis of this sudden optimism, some news about the French, perhaps. News of a victory in the north.
There is no news, Colonel. Good or bad. We must make our own good news. But I can say, I am now confident that this war will end in our favor. And with complete victory.
Victory? But surely, General...
The meeting is adjourned, gentlemen. Tell you why, my friend, you know that I am as hard-headed and practical a man as you have ever known. But I was sitting here like this. I put back my head and closed my eyes. But it wasn't just a dream. Because when I opened them, it was still there. I saw our nation victorious. I saw it grow in size and power to become the major force for good on this earth. I saw it. A dream. A vision. I know it will come to pass. In my heart, I know it.
A dream? Vision? Whatever it was that George Washington experienced, it has today become all fact. You won't find anything about it in the ordinary history book, but it has appeared in print in a number of versions, a number of times during the past 150 years. All versions agree that Washington dreamed the revolution would be successful, and that the infant nation would grow until its boundaries stretched from Canada to Mexico, and from the Atlantic to the Pacific, and that there would be a bitter civil war between the northern and the southern states to be called the Union and the Confederacy, and that the Union would emerge victorious. He dreamed all this, supposedly, and more. But what is absolutely no dream are the facts of the Battle of the Monongahela. On this, all versions and all historians agree. There were 3 bullet holes through his hat. 2 horses were shot from under him, and there was a bullet hole through here, through here, through here, and another one right through there. Hundreds of French and Indian rifles firing at almost point-blank range throughout that long and dreadful afternoon. And nothing touched him. Nothing. Well, those are the facts. The incredible facts about the mystery of George Washington. Like Chief Otumkas, will always cause us much wonder.
And there you have George Washington's Night of Decision, an episode of One Step Beyond, as I remember television. Well, we have to come back to modern times. It's time to close the TV set for this week. Before I go, I want to thank you again for joining us every week. You are the reason why our series has continued on the air for these now 15 seasons, and hopefully with more to come. We rely heavily on your response to our weekly visits in order to plan future programs and the future destiny of this series. And so I want to urge you to call us, write us, give us your comments, stop me on the street, any way you have of expressing your feelings about the program. Good or bad, by the way. We really appreciate suggestive, constructive criticism as well as compliments. Here's the way to get in touch with us. If you're going to write, the address is I Remember Television, KVCR TV, 701 South Mount Vernon Avenue, San Bernardino, California, 92410. And as many of you are now doing, you're tapping into the KVCR website, which is one of the great websites, I think, of broadcasting. And that address is www.kvcr.org. Either way, we especially want to hear from you. This is Ed Rothhaar. Thank you for joining me as I Remember Television.
I Remember Television, a perspective on the past, is written by Ed Rothhaar, produced by Don Leifer, directed by Al Gondos, and comes to you from KVCR TV in San Bernardino. I Remember Television is a production of the San Bernardino Community College District.